PEW, in case anybody didn't hear the front end of that on the YouTube video. Where else was I? You can see that everybody would notice my SWR is 1.5, right on the money. I already explained why, but I'm not going to do it again. You can go to YouTube in the search bar, put in K4PEW, my all K4PEW, and you'll come up with a premiere, it's called. I'm not even sure they call it a premiere, but you'll see that it's the Simplex Net that's up right now. And you can see and hear other stations that you might not normally hear. You can also see how your radio performs versus others on the screen. Anyway, also for Simplex information, you can go to 146.415.net. You can go to groups.io and punch in their search block, MJSS, Mike Juliet Sierra Sierra, and that'll bring up our email system. We normally just send out the reminders for the nets and other technical information as people request it. And of course, trading technical information and questions about operation and announcements about ham radio stuff. And or you can email me, k4pew@arrl.net. We normally meet at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night. And we conduct the nets tonight. We're going to be, as you know, we're on 146.415 if you get your radio on. Simplex. We'll be moving on from there to the 144.240 upper sideband, then on to 50.135 upper sideband on 6 meters, and then over to 223.415 on FM. Simplex, of course. We don't do anything else. But we do a lot of stupid things, but that's all we do on our radio. Also, we have a 10-meter net tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Michael KM4YRF does that net, and it's been on for more than 24 months or so, maybe more than that. I don't know. We'll get an update later. And we also do 3 other nets. They start at 7 o'clock. There's one at 7, one at 7:15, and one at 7:30. It's the DMR net, followed by the D-Star net at 7:15, and then the C4FM Yaesu Fusion net at 7:30 p.m. This is a 13 net night. You can imagine that. I don't know anybody else who would even, it's just, they wouldn't be able to handle it. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't be able to handle it. No group is able to handle that many nets. And for all you other guys out there who might not be associated with us, I know that hurts your feelings, but too bad. Anyway, do we have any other announcements that I need to be aware of, or we need to be aware of? All righty, that's a resounding no. Purpose of the net is to have fun. Figure out who you can hear, who you can't hear, and see how much, you got to check with your lending agency and then to double check your credit score and see what you can do to improve. Because normally the improvement is getting a better antenna and getting it higher in the air. Because even the cheapest of radios can really, really get out well if they got a good antenna. And you don't even need 50 watts to get out well. You can do it with 5. We did that some years ago with my antenna, and which was a good antenna and a good elevation. And I was using about a 1/4 watt out of the handheld on the battery, and people could hear me from 10, 15 miles away. Anyway, no more announcements. Tonight is net number 908. We're starting from the east, but we're going to be taking mobile and people short on time. So please come now. Mortal. Yeah, mortal and short on time. Mobile and short on time. Hey, Wes. I just opened up that email you sent me 2 days ago, so I'll be chasing that down on Monday.
Hey, no problem. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm mobile, I'm stationary. I'm mobile way at the best stage, and I've got 2 discs. Audio's great.
Ah, very good. Glad to hear you. A little bit of snap, crackle, and pop, but I have full copy on you here.
All right, I'll be listening for the 100.
Yeah, and oddly, you're not even moving the meter. I mean, if it is, I can't. It's almost imperceptible. It's like maybe a millimeter or less. But anyway, you're doing fine. That was Wes, Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India. He's in Bethpage tonight, mobile but stationary, and had a good signal. He got a good signal from me. Who else is short on time or mobile? All righty, we'll start taking check-ins from the east. Then please come down.
KM4YRS.
All righty. Moving around. You were the west, now you're the east. What's next? Well, you were north before, weren't you?
No, I don't think I've ever been north. It was always west side.
Because really, that I mean, the car could have been considered north if you wanted to.
Yeah, I just didn't want to.
No, you want to be west. I understand. It's more prestigious to be west.
I reckon so.
Yeah, the word north doesn't fly well down here in the south.
You got that right.
Yeah, very good. Anything else for that, Michael?
Nope. Just carry on, Paul. Appreciate you doing what you do.
Yeah, I can't wait till you get that X700 up at 30 or 40 feet, man. It'd be more killer. There won't be. I won't notice the difference, but I know other people will.
Well, I can't wait either.
Very good. Let me know. Yeah, I'm sorry. My wife's got to work tomorrow, so that's out of the question. All right, very good. That was Michael, KM4YRF, and he's here in Mount Juliet, east of me, and kind of down the road east of Providence. Who else is? Where I just said where? East, please come down. Got nothing. How about north? Hey, how you doing there, Brian? Yeah, you're a little snap, crackle, pot. Are you home or on the road? Ah, no wonder it's crappy. Yeah, no, I got you in there though. How's it going? I didn't copy all of that. I heard something about a 700. All right, very good. That was Brian. He's mobile. He sounds like he's mobile anyway. KA3 Charlie Tango Papa. He's in Hendersonville normally. Who else is north? Another short net. What's over west, please come down.
KO4 OTV.
All right, we got Joel in there west. Everything going well since 10 minutes ago?
Oh, yeah, nothing's changed here.
Yeah, very good. It's I wasn't looking at the meter, but earlier when you were talking on this frequent, yeah, that meter wasn't even moving, but I had full copy on.
Yeah, it's so weird because it's like the whole time I hear you, well, I guess you're on that other antenna now, because it used to peg me right out. Now it's about half scale or so.
Well, I don't know because I'm still using the X700. Remember that?
Oh, you are using the 700.
Yeah.
I thought you were still on backup. So that's weird because did you ever figure out what it was?
I don't know because the antenna actually, when you run it through that micro VNA, it works. It says it's fine.
Well, I tell you, that one day I came on the air and I could kind of hear you, but it was in and out a little, and that's the reason. That was the day I figured out something was going on. And before that, it never was below S9. It was always pegged wide open. I mean, I've never seen it, half or even below half. And that day, it was barely like a 2 or a 3. It was very low.
Oh yeah, no, I understand. And we do have some strange conditions tonight. That's why I was insisting on doing it tonight on this antenna and seeing how it would perform. And so far, so good. I'm pretty happy with it. Because I can't tell if it's a bad. Well, for instance, it's obviously a weird night when Jack can't hear me on, on that DMR. I mean, on the D-Star. That's very strange. And then the problems with some other people not being able to hear each other who normally could. So we'll find out as we move along.
Oh yeah, no doubt. That was crazy weird. If I'm able to relay the message from you to Jack, yeah, very weird. No, that's it for me tonight. KO4 OTV, back to Ned.
Very good. That's Joel. He's up west of Ashland City. That's Kilo Oscar 4 Oscar Tango Victor. Who else is west?
Kilo Oscar 4 Mike Kilo Delta.
Hello, that sounds like Doug.
It is Doug in the mobile command
ham shack sitting in the front field out in front of the house. We're working on this trailer today, getting it ready for field day. I don't know how good you're hearing me, but hopefully pretty well.
I'm hearing you fantastic.
Well, I've got a homebrew vertical dipole up on top of a 24-foot extension ladder that's bolted to the side of this trailer.
Oh, no, you're doing a great job.
Excellent. Well, I've been playing with this thing, getting it all set up for field day, and having a lot of fun working my tail off, but I need that. I sit around far too much.
How big's the trailer?
It is, I think it's about 16 feet long and 6-7 feet wide.
That sounds like it.
Oh yeah, it's a mobile com trailer. It's a big, box trailer, cargo trailer.
Wow. And you're financing that whole thing?
Well, the trailer I've had for some time, it was given to me by my former employer when I retired a couple of years ago. Actually, it wasn't given. I did some work for them in exchange for it. So it's a nice trailer. I used to haul appliances around, traveled all over the United States with it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that must not have been fun traveling around the United States with dragging a trailer behind you.
Actually, I love the job. I got to go see a lot of different places and met a lot of good people. I used to do training, service technician training for Electrolux, and I hauled them all and set up training meetings in hotels, and all the techs would come in. We'd have a good time and teach them the new products.
Oh, that's awesome. Electrolux. They make more than vacuum cleaners, don't they?
Yeah, they're big in the appliance industry. All the white goods, the typical home appliances.
Yeah, yeah. I did a little bit of that, but I didn't travel around like that. Most of mine was just in Florida.
Well, I've trained every state that touches the Mississippi River, plus a whole lot more than I had to fly into. But it was a good job. I loved it. I would not have retired, but when COVID hit, they stopped us from traveling, and I had to sit in the computer all day and train over the internet, and that's just not my cup of tea.
No, they just should have published a bunch of YouTube videos and called it a day.
Well, I'm sitting there talking and presenting these slideshow presentations, and I know that there's people logged into the training, but I don't know if they're actually watching the computer. They may be in the back room, shooting craps or something. Who knows?
Yeah, that's right. They're just recording it, maybe.
Yeah, I believe there's been some of that going on too. But hey, whatever. It pays the mortgage.
Oh yeah, no, I get it. Well, it's the same thing when you're doing a class in person. You don't know if the people are paying any attention or not.
Yeah, I can usually look out in the crowd and tell, by the questions they ask if they're paying attention. And of course, I kept a long cattle prod for those dozed off.
Oh, that's funny. Got anything else for the net, Doug? Sounds like you're doing fine.
No, that's it. Just haven't checked in a while. Been busy and wanted to see how good this setup's going to work. I also have it set up for HF. I've got a 49-to-1 balun up on top of that thing too, and 66 feet of wire, so I'm good across a lot of the HF fans.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, we've been kind of slim pickings. Last night we had Wednesday, we had 10 check-in, and the one before that was 16. So we'll take all the check-ins we can get. You round up some neighbors, maybe.
Well, I've got some friends that've been trying to get involved in this, and I don't know, they're just so stick in the mud. They don't know can't make them have fun, right?
Oh, I guess. I don't know. It's all right. I mean, we're here. I think of ourselves as a group to have fun, but it's also a service to others who want to see how well they perform on Simplex.
Yeah, that's what it's about. I really love communicating on Simplex. If I get off here, I know there's other people wanting to get on, so be 73 to all, and thank you for what you do, Paul, running this net. KO4 and MKD is clear back to net control.
Very good. That was Kilo Oscar for Mike Kilo Delta. He's in Greenbrier working on it. He got a big trailer, big communication trailer. That's cool. For field day, that's where he's taking it. He's working on it tonight. Who else is west?
KG4 LV.
Yeah, I can hear you here, Jack.
I don't have to say in Donaldson. I think everybody knows where I am.
Yeah. You spell that with a D, Donald, son?
Yeah.
If you want to, huh?
Actually, well, Dewey, never mind. He was one of the founders of Nashville.
Gosh, I'm ignorant to say I don't know who that was.
James Donaldson. He was one of the founders.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I have heard that name. I don't know why I didn't get the hint on that, but that's pretty cool, really. What was it? What was it? Just a general store?
I don't know. I don't know what his story was, but apparently he was probably pretty well to do.
Well, back in those days, if you could buy land for what was seemingly cheap, even to them, I think, because man, people were buying up acreage, really cheap.
Well, he and James Robertson were the ones that founded Nashville, and I'm related to James Robertson.
Oh, cool. How far? Well, that goes back obviously a ways, but that is interesting. That's really cool. It's nice to have that kind of connection.
Well, I had a great aunt. She was a professor at Peabody, and she was into genealogy. And this was way before the internet. But anyway, just a fact I'll throw out there.
You sure it wasn't that guy who was with the 700 Club, Robertson?
I think he just croaked.
Yeah, he did. He passed away. He was 90 something, I think.
Wow, I worked with him one time, and he came out and he looked like a question mark. He was all bent over. You couldn't tell that looking at him on camera because they only shot him head on.
Yeah, he looked. I saw him a couple of times in passing on TV. He looked pretty. Well, he looked like he was old. That's all. He looked a little rough.
Well, anyway, thanks for doing that, Paul. Appreciate it. KG4 LV.
Yeah, very good. That's Jack M. Donaldson, and the long history that goes into that. Donaldson and Nashville. No, Nashville's a neat old city. I like it a lot. I mean, I just like it. Like the fact that it's an old city. Who else is west?
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
Hey, how are you copying me now, Greg?
You're still just S5 versus with your normally with the 700 you'd be 30 over.
You mean the 700 Club?
Yeah, you still got another one coming on the way, right?
Yes, I do, and we'll nail that down and see if it's. I think it's what it is. The Earth shifted its North Pole a little bit, and that changed everything.
Something ain't right. And I believe didn't Andrew Jackson marry Rebecca Donaldson? I think so.
That's correct.
Ding 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 ding.
I'll take genealogy for $50.
I think he was a merchant down there on the Cumberland River, wasn't he? I think isn't that where he set up shop or something? Donaldson, that is.
I don't know.
I'd have to look it up again. We'll have a quiz next net.
Well, if you noticed, all of the major cities in this country that became major cities were because they were on one of the merchants' ways of getting around, and that's either on the coast at a port city or at a on the Mississippi where there was traffic.
I thought most of these guys were just named after parkways.
Yeah, that's probably true too. Anyway, anything else for the net there, Greg?
No, see you on the next one. K84 CVE.
Yeah, very good. It's K4PW with the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net, looking for people from the West. Anybody west? Well, south is a little weak usually, but we'll try the south. Please come now.
KC14, you can hear me.
Oh, I can hear you fine. How you doing, Charles?
Yeah, I can hear you real good on DMR, and I can hear Michael real good on Fusion. But I tell you what, FM is sorry.
Oh, that's interesting because I can hear you fine here as well as I've heard you pretty good on DMR.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, it's tough copy, so I'll let you get on with it. 73 KC14.
Yeah, very good, Charles. See, there you go, Jack. You and I couldn't communicate on DMR, and he was having no problem with me on DMR.
Well, that's just incredible.
Yeah, and he's west. He's on the other side of Nashville from you.
The conditions are weird tonight.
Yeah, I should say so. Very good. That was Kilo Charlie 4 Tango, November, Quebec, and that's Charles in West Nashville. Who else is west? Or south? Very good. I got two in there. KF4, KFQ. That's Tony in Smyrna. How you doing? I got Larry in there. Hold on one second, Larry. What's up, Tony? You sound rough tonight.
Not near as rough as you did. I recorded you and sent it to you in an email. You're 10 points down in the noise.
I'm not surprised. We got some weird conditions, and I am using the other weird antenna, my old X700. So we'll see. We'll see when we get my new one here in another probably 2 or 3 weeks. So, what's for the net, Tony?
No, I'm good. Take care. KF4, KF2.
Very good. That was Tony in Smyrna, KF4, KFQ. Larry, how you copying me tonight?
Got a good copy.
Yeah, hold on one second. Hang on, I was messing with my thing here. That's what verifying I was on full power. All right, very good, Larry. Appreciate it. That was Larry, KF4, KFQ. No, I'm sorry. That was Tony, KF4, KFQ, and Larry, KE4SYV. He's in Rockville. Who else is south or anywhere?
Come in.
Okay, go ahead, Michael.
Hey, Tony, were you able to hear me on DMR?
I don't know. Tony, you still there? K4P.
Yeah, what'd you say?
You're not able to hear Michael? Michael, go ahead.
Tony, were you able to hear me on DMR?
No, but I hear you perfectly clear on this tonight. You're great tonight. But Paul, gosh, he's way down in the north.
Well, man, you have a booming signal to me on DMR.
Well, good. I'm glad somebody's hearing me, but I never hear anybody.
You need to get that antenna up a little bit.
Yeah, well, every time I do that, Mother Nature smacks it down.
I hear that. All right, well, that's all. Back to net.
All right, very good. Who else is north, south, east, or west, or anywhere? Please come now.
WB0NLO.
Hello there, Mark.
Good evening, Paul. I must have slept through the north part.
Oh, that's all right. We don't worry about that stuff, do we?
Nope. If I sit down and nothing's going on, I'm asleep.
Oh, man. You need another hobby.
You would think. I don't know. It is what it is.
No, I know how that goes. Truthfully, I can, a lot of people as they get older have, for instance, there are times just for seemingly no reason, I'm just extremely tired. And sometimes if I just stay awake, I just don't let myself take it, in the evening, like after dinner sometime, maybe at 8 or 9 o'clock. And if I kind of force myself to stay up, and it's like I go through this cycle where I'm tired and then I'm not tired.
Yep, that's the second wind, right?
I guess. But then I'll pass out somewhere around midnight.
But I'm driving. About 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and the sun shining in through the windshield, and you're on a interstate cruising along, and man, that's when I'm the sleepiest.
Oh, I know it. I've been there. I know what you're talking about. I've had the cases where I got so tired, I just pulled over to the side of the road because I couldn't do it anymore.
Oh, yeah. When I traveled, I used to pull off in a rest stop and sleep for 15 minutes, and then I was good.
Yep, I had done the same thing. I know what you're talking about. Well, very good. Anything else for that, Mark?
Nope, not a thing.
All right, very good. That was Mark. Whiskey Bravo 0, November Oscar. And he broke our last week's record of 10 our 11. Oh, he's 11 and 12. He's number 12. So yeah, we actually had 11 last week with a late check-in, but anyway, that's 12. Anybody else out there, please come down.
Yeah, for us, BK, for us, about forgot the doggone net was even going on. Hello, Paul.
Hello, Richard. What's going on?
I spent a lazy day around here. I ain't accomplished a great deal of nothing, but remember what time it was. I thought I'd say hello. Yes, sir, I am. And I'm taking full advantage of it.
Hey, you didn't, by the way, oh, yeah, you don't know, that's right, because you live in Lebanon now, but you were raised here in Mount Juliet. I was just, somebody was really, the mayor, who is a ham, I saw, I don't know what it was an email or something. He was actually like crying about Mount Juliet that he tried his best to keep urban sprawl out of Mount Juliet, but it happened anyway.
Yeah, the former mayor and commissioners in that town, when it first became an incorporated city, did everything they could to prevent what's happened. But this new group, since them, kind of the ones that kind of took over from them, of course, they're a progressive group, obviously, and they've just, it's blown up way out of what the founding fathers wanted it to, including my daddy.
Yeah, no, I believe it. It happens. It seems to happen in a lot of, I don't know if it happens everywhere, but ultimately money talks and the other stuff walks.
Absolutely, and that's sometimes in some situations it's very, very unfortunate because we wind up with what we have down there now. That's one of the kind of reasons I live in Lebanon, because Mount Juliet, although I was born and raised there, it has a hard time feeling like home anymore.
Well, it's certainly not what it used to be. Of course, lots of areas around here ain't what they used to be.
Oh no, they're certainly not.
I mean, try to imagine what Lebanon was like 25 years ago versus now.
Well, Lebanon has grown some too, but I don't think it's done near what Mount Juliet has. It just Mount Juliet blown up like I don't know what, but Lebanon is not really kept up with what Mount Juliet has done.
Well, it's next.
I don't doubt that either. Reason I'm gonna probably move east.
pretty soon you'll be in the Carolinas.
That ain't a bad idea, truly.
Well, very good. Anything else for the net there, Richard?
No, sir. I'm good. And hope everybody else is too. 73 to everybody hear my voice, and y'all take care. Talk to you when I can. I'll get out of the way. KI4SOR or KI4SIB. Bye-bye.
Very good. That's Richard and Stephanie, KI4SIB and KI4SOR, and they're just a little bit west of downtown Lebanon. Anybody else out there? Because we're looking, well, even now we're going to move into the next phase, which is the sandbaggers, lollygaggers, lurkers, skulkers, slackers, lackeys, and toadies. Any of those shop show?
Adorable blanket.
Adorable. You're right. Adorable. Is that what you said?
That's correct.
Ah, here, KI4NDN. Very good. He caught wind of that adorable blanket, and he wants one. How you doing there, David? Ah, very good. See, we're having a weird night tonight. You're a rough copy to me tonight, and I think I just heard you say that you were coming. I was coming in good to you, and and to not give the whole story, I'm on my old antenna, and I'm getting some mixed reactions to it because some say it's great, and there's others that say it's bad. But I'm contending there's a lot of conditions going on. Ah, very good, David. I wasn't getting all of that, so I'm going to let it go unless somebody. But anyway, appreciate you being there. Appreciate everybody being there, of course. Like I said, tonight, this past couple of weeks have been pretty weak. I think people have been busy. But anyway, it was good to have you in there. That's David, Kilo India 4 November, Delta November. He's in Reedyville. Says I had a good signal down there, so I'm not sure what's going on some locations. Who else is anywhere? No plus. Nobody anywhere? Because we'll move on. We got to get over to 144.240.
Comment.
Hey, go ahead, Mike. Oh, who is it? Michael?
Richard.
Oh, Richard. Okay, Richard.
David down in Reedyville. Now, I don't know exactly what angle he is for me. I know that about himself, but I can hear him, but I can't hear anybody from Murfreesboro.
That's funny. Well, Murfreesboro is kind of mostly south from me. And I would guess that Reedyville, where he is, he's almost due south of you, I think.
Which makes it even stranger because that's where my hills are.
Yeah, there's no way. Again, if you ever figure this out, I know where you are. You're in heaven because those are the only ones that know.
Exactly. All right, carry on. Talk to you when I can. Good evening, Dave. Do you hear me? I hear you fine.
Yeah, here's you fine there, Richard.
I heard him. Good evening. Take care and we'll get out of the way and let him carry on. Yeah, boy, it's right.
Very good. Anybody else, please come now. Well, very good. We had about a 50% improvement over last net, which was technically 10 with a really late check-in. So we went from 10 to 15. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things going on. And some people, I don't want to say they get tired of the net. I don't know if they do or they don't. They haven't said anything to me, but I'm not sure they would. But at the same time, personal life often takes precedence over everything else. And, you can just checking in. It's not exactly the most exciting net in the world, but I think I like it. But then that's me. Anyway, anybody else, please come now before we move on to 144-240.
Kilo Quebec for Indy X-ray Oscar.
Hello, how you doing, Alex?
I'm doing all right. Just moved a few days ago my antenna to attic and sitting here in testing.
Yeah, it's working great. What are you using for the antenna?
I just moved my GP3 diamond from my office to my attic.
Oh, it's up in the attic. Fantastic. Well, it's working great because you're full copy. I mean, a wonderful signal.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're 60 over here, so you're doing great. What else? Have you done anything else besides VHF and UHF?
Not yet for now, but I'm going through.
All right, very good. Anything else for the net? I said, was there anything, Alex? All right, very good. That was Alex. He is in North Mount Juliet. That's Kilo Quebec 4 India X-ray Oscar. Great signal. Well, by the way, I said a good signal. It's actually at full scale to me with your GP3 in the attic. So it's working great. Now you're probably only about, I'm going to guess, 6 or 7 miles from me, but it's still very good. Anybody else? Please come now.
K4 VW web page.
Oh man, you were going to wait to be last. Were you there? Were you trying to be last?
No, I actually have just finally sat down from being out in the yard doing yard work all day. And I showered, had supper and everything. Got the wash going, and then I come in here and I sat down and turned the radio on. And I thought, well, they might be having that net tonight down here. And I tuned in here and I heard you say, anyone else? And I thought, well, I don't know if that means he's done went around in all directions on the, north, south, and east and west. I don't know if he's done got that far with it or not. So I guess I better check in.
Yeah, you're doing fine, Carlin. Yeah, I did a whole bunch of yard work yesterday, and I got kind of tuckered out, and I decided I wasn't going to do any of that today.
Yeah, well, I was out there doing a lot of yard work. I was mowing along back there in the back, and the thing throwed the doggone belt off the deck. I thought, oh, foot, I hope the belt didn't break. But I'd take the covers off the deck over each one of the pulleys, and there was a bunch of grass in there that caused the spring tension to stay loose and throw the belt. So that cost about 15, 20 minutes. I got that going. Then I finally got it all finished up, mowed, trimmed, and everything. Then come on in. I think I finished about 6 o'clock.
I don't know how old is your mower?
Oh, I don't know, but I can't think how old that thing is. It's a Cub Cadet. It's a can't even remember what the thing is. It's an X something or other. I don't know. It's a 54 inch. Got 3 blades under it, like that. It was just a bunch of grass. It's got those blades on it. They're bent up on the back, and that's supposed to help pull the grass up, so it cuts it and kind of mulch at the same time. And around each one of those spindles, it's opened up. So of course it's sucking grass upward, and grass will go up above, on the top side of the deck, but under those plastic covers that covers the pulleys. and it had packed up under there. I thought I cleaned it out the last time I mowed, but apparently I didn't get it.
Oh, I got you. I got you. I was going to ask you about the belts. I don't know how long they've been making them because I've only had a mower like that for about 7 or 8 years. No, about 9 years, I guess. But I tried to cut one of those belts and realized it was Kevlar. I couldn't cut it to save my life.
Well, I got lucky. It just happened to just, you know, where the grass had caused it, the idler pulley to be too loose, and it jumped off. But my first thought was, oh, great, now the belt broke, and they won't nobody have a belt. You know, if I go to Tractor Supply or one of them, they'd say, oh, yeah, we can order you one, be around about 6 weeks. So I got lucky. It just jumped off anyway. I took the covers off and I lowered the deck all the way down and took the covers off of each side on the pulleys and cleaned all the grass out. Got the belt back on, went on and finished mowing. So it did okay. It was just a grass buildup. It had me a little worried.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like you had your hands full. At least you thought you had your hands full worse than they were. But you got the easy. Yeah, that's mowers are the bane of mankind.
Yeah, you're right about that. It worries me 9 times out of 10.
Very good. Anything else for the net tonight there, Carlin?
I guess not. Well, I guess I'll say hello to everybody on the net tonight. Hope everybody's having a good time and enjoying the good weather. And I guess I'll turn it back over to you and listen for you up on 220.
Very good. That was Carlin and Bethpage, Kilo Delta Ford Charlie. I'm sorry, Victor Delta Uniform. Anybody else, any place, anywhere?
Victor Uniform Whiskey.
Oh, man, I wrote it down all wrong. Victor Uniform Whiskey. How did I get that messed up? I'm getting old. Victor Uniform Whiskey. Thanks for the correction. That's Kilo Delta Ford Victor Uniform Whiskey. I got dyslexia, I think, between my ears and my hands. Anybody else, please come now. All righty, now we'll move over to 144.240, unless I hear some complaints or any complaint. All righty, we're going to move over to 144.240, 144.240. I don't remember if I have this programmed in this radio or not. I think I do. K4P then.
There's another station in there breaking.
Oh, I can't hear that. What's that? Can you hear it?
Who's that station breaking there? Said it was standing by. I don't know who it was. Anyway, there was 60 over here. Sounded like it was mobile, so it must have been close to me. Anyway, apparently you can't hear them and they can't hear you. So anyway, I'll clear out.
Yeah, very good. Let's try one more time. Is there somebody mobile that needs to check in? Let's try that again. I had the squelch all messed up. One more time. K4PW. Any more check-ins for the net? Nope, not hearing a thing. Now I got to change it back because we're going over to 144.240 upper side beam. This is Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey, Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Looking for check-ins on 144.240. Please come now from the wherever I was, from the east. Please come now. Anybody from the north? Let's try that again. East, please come now.
KM4 YRF.
Had you just tried to call a minute ago?
I did.
No, I had the RF game way messed up.
I got you.
All righty. Who else? East, please come now.
WC4 in all those topics. Check them.
You still there, Mark?
Yep, I'm still here.
All right, very good. Got you checked in. Sorry about that. I had the RF game messed up. Anybody else? That was Mark. Whiskey Bravo 90 and November 00. Whiskey Bravo 9. Is that right? Yeah, that's what it is, right? Whiskey Bravo 0. What am I talking about? Whiskey Bravo 0 November Oscar. How could I get that messed up? Who else is? That's Mark in Northwest Wilson. And before that, it was Michael, KM4YRF here in Mount Juliet. And before that, it was me. Who else is East? East or North? Anybody North? How about West?
KD4 ILB.
There was a double in there, but Jack kind of won. That's Kilo Gulf 4, India Lima Victor. Got you in there, Jack. Who was the other party?
KD4 CVE.
All right, KD4 CVE. That's Greg in Antioch. Good signal. Who else is West? Anybody else West or South? Anybody West, South, or anywhere? Well, it looks like we topped out at 6 there. We're going to be going over to 6 meters next, 50.135. But any other check-ins, please come down. Anybody copying anybody I can't?
Not a thing from me.
All right, sounds good. That must be off frequency again, so close it on. Well, 50.135 is where we're going. 50.135, K4PW.
Not a nice.
All right, this is K4PW, the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net on 6 meters. Looking for check-ins from the south. Please come in. South or east? KM4YRF. Got you in there, Michael. Who else is east? Or north?
WB0NOO.
Yeah, very good, Mark. WB0NOO. Is there a lot of noise at your location?
Yeah, there's always a lot of noise on 6.
No, I'm just curious because it's noisier than I remember it being recently. But no, you're right, though. It's pretty noisy. That was Mark, Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar. Who else is north? Anybody copying anybody? All right, west. West, please come now.
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
All right, we got Greg in there. I think there was a double, but that was Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo, Greg in Antioch. Who else is west? Very good, Jack. A little weaker than I remember, but you're doing fine. I can hear full copy. Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. Who else is the west? West, south, or anywhere? Is anybody copying anybody? All righty, got nothing. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us here tonight on 6 meters. All right, and we're moving over to, where are we moving over to? Oh, we're moving over to 223.415. So we'll see you all there. Just about one last chance, though. Do we have anybody else, north, south, east, or west for the Mount Juliet Simplex Net here on 6 meters? All right, nothing heard. We'll see you over there on 223.415. And I'll be closing out the YouTube net here. So For those of you on YouTube, checking it out. We're killing the feeds. All right, K4P then.